So guys, I think today we got day 8 if I'm not mistaken, and that means you're already done with 1 week. So congrats to you guys that you are still here. I know it's hard at the end, right? Like you gotta watch so many videos and then you try to like go through it and you hope that this is gonna like change your life and everything. And that's exactly today's topic a little bit. Like it's actually very individual. So individuality is gonna be the topic for today. And I have here a few points I wanna like go through today and to explain a little bit to you because when I got in this journey at the very beginning, right, all I tried to find out was basically the best strategy out there, right? Or to find the best bootcamp and yeah, if possible, to not even pay something. So this is my goal for you guys with this free YouTube bootcamp, actually to deliver you as much knowledge as I can. For everyone else who is interested in more, I also have another free course down below, which is a little bit more advanced. But hang on with this bootcamp first, guys, because it's gonna like help you a lot as it's a free entire bootcamp at the end from beginning till advanced. And yeah, today is a topic which I think we should not forget thinking about it because everyone is so focused only on strategy. But at the end, let's just be honest, the number one reason why people fail is not strategy, right? Of course, you need a good one. And of course, if you are the entire time trading with a strategy who is not so great, right? Like where the win rate, let's say between 20 to 30, and you might have not even a good risk reward in order to cover that up. And sometimes yes, sometimes not. And you're playing around break even. Well, I think it's gonna be a very hard and tough life for you. And it's better to like then move on, I would say, right, from that strategy, right? Well, I would say never hop from strategy to strategy. At the beginning, it's almost important to do so, right? To really understand what works and what doesn't work. It's like with many things in life, in order to like really appreciate then also good things, right? You gotta understand what's worse, right? Like when you now start out with this and you say, okay, it's not my strategy. Maybe after a few years you will realize, oh damn, Darius was right. It was a very good strategy and it was even for free here on YouTube. And I didn't really pay attention to what he said. Yeah, so basically it could be also like in life sometimes, like you play with something or you have something and then you don't really appreciate it in that moment, and then the moment you lose it, you will think of, oh my god, where is it? And I want it back and whatsoever. Most people realize certain things too late, and yeah, when it's too late, like in trading, you still have time, but if you're now wasting 10 years and lots of money, then it would have been unavoidable at the end, right? And that's the point. So let's just go over it, guys. Individuality. That basically means in this case also, in terms of this, everyone will have a different path, while maybe for you, you watch this now, this is exactly what you need. It's the missing puzzle, the missing concept, whatever, the missing words. This psychology video, maybe this is exactly the thing you need to understand, to realize maybe you never heard it about it, right? We have a lot of trading guys right now who shares knowledge and so on, and I think this is a very cool thing, because when I started out, it was just full of scammers, to be honest, right? Like there was not those guys who really have shown like track record, or there was not even really prop firms back then, right? Like how do you even understand if someone was legit or not? All I've seen was MetaTrader screenshots. I've seen some guys with tens of millions on the MetaTrader 4, and I thought these guys are legit, so I bought their mentorship, and yeah, I was very disappointed at the end. I thought about, I will learn or something, and that's the thing, So this is why everyone has a very individual path at the end in trading, right? Maybe you come here very fast, you learn the right things, you know how to use them, while someone else is right now somewhere completely different. Maybe fifth year, still in a scam mentorship whatsoever, tries to make it work, but it doesn't work. So you also gotta listen a little bit to yourself, like found that gut feeling down below here. Have a little bit of intuition to understand if you're right now in the right way or not, And what you can always do is, when you listen to someone, try to understand if this guy is there where you want to be, Now, I understand that there's always someone better, and you cannot find always like the best of the best, like you can try to do so, but it's not always the ones who are so good that appear to be the best ones, right? Like there are guys, for instance, flexing crazy cars on the internet where, to be honest, I was never a fan of these mentors because I knew they make most of the money by selling you the dream at the end. Like they don't even sell you a good mentorship. They sell you literally the dream, and you're in the euphoric situation by, wow, this guy gives me hope. This guy is gonna make it out of me. Like I buy his mentorship and then I will drive the Lambo. But the reality is he buys the Lambo because you believe what he said. Like it's the honest truth, to be honest. It is what it is. This is the life where we live, 2025, full of fake mentors. Because it's so easy nowadays to like build up an online business. It's very easy to like show off things, right? Without even having them. You have a few good connections, maybe. Even that is not that easy every single time to get in, but you can get nice rentals. You can, if you want, you can make look on social media like you're the craziest, And even me, I believed it back then with those guys, with those MetaTrader screenshots, everything fake. Lot size always covered up with some emoji. That's exactly why when I started out with this, what I shared on social media is always like with lot size. Whenever I couldn't even see back then someone flexing 2 lots on a 100 pip TP. That was already way too much. And to show that consistently, even crazier. Now I don't even flex so much the lot size, to be honest. Nowadays, I just show the entry and exit to just show the proof that I actually took the trade, And for me, that was like kind of like the craziest thing to like show off the entire time, every day, that I can catch the move, And what I try to do also a little bit for transparency, like I show off my payout certificates, I show my fixed book, TradeZella stats, where I flipped, for instance, an account from 3,000 into over 120,000 in just 2 months. So things like that is what I'm trying to like also like show transparency, but not unfortunately to like, yo man, I'm the best trader out there. I'm not. Obviously I'm not, because there are traders out there, they're not even on social media and they make money you cannot even believe of, right? Like these guys creating hedge funds, they really make it, they make like, I don't know how many M's a day with one trade, while we are happy to have like 10Ks, 20Ks days, like for me, when I had like recently a 35K day, I was like, wow, it's insane. And of course it's insane, like I'm happy, I'm grateful that I achieved this kind of level and so on. But what you got to understand is that if you're not there yet, don't take this right now as something that, hey, it's not going to work out for me. Like don't take this now as something negative because you didn't make those millions yet, or a couple of thousands, or because you don't drive that one car like this one guy does. But also don't like fall for this trick that because this guy drives this car, you have to like buy a mentorship from him, Buy from someone, to be honest, who shows proven results, where you can really see the consistency behind this guy trading, for instance. That's what I try to do, at least, like I never try to give the illusion, I'm the best trader in the world. I don't care about anything and so on, and I go and flex everything. No, what I try to do is I want to flex the process, right? Because what I want to show off is discipline, because that's what it requires, It doesn't require right now from you to like instantly get those results. In order to get these results, it requires from you discipline. And I think if someone can show every day that he shows up, right? That's what I do on social media in reality. And also with this bootcamp is actually, I show what I do every day. Right now, I'm recording this. I'm recording this for you guys, The reason why I do this is because I love this, right? This is my passion. I love trading. I'm in trading and I want to get better and better and better. And by recording these things, I'm also getting better, like I'm getting more into the depth of this entire topic, and also psychology. This is why this video is so important. It's not only important for you guys, it's also important for me. This is a self-reminder as well, because psychology is a thing to understand. Right now, I could also say, what? I'm not there yet, right? I don't make 10 M's a day. I'm not good. I could now use this as, okay, I'm below the standard, for instance, I could say. but it's crap. I should not think like this, and I'm not thinking like this, because if you think like this, you will never get there. You know, how should you get there if you already say like it's too far away, right? You gotta like think like this. This is the ultimate goal, right? Like have a goal, right? Also for me, right? I have very big goals, but then they should be goals, right? And not something which will drag you down. For most people, it's when you will tell them, right? I don't know if you are in a situation, but let's say you made 10,000 a day or 1,000 a day, whatsoever. If you tell this someone who has absolutely nothing to do with trading or something, and you say that you just made online that amount of money, most people will say like, yeah, I don't believe you, right? Either that reaction and say, okay, talk to someone else, I don't care. Or they would say, oh my God, I would not be able to replicate that. So I would just stick to my 9 to 5. I cannot dream and so on, right? Like these are the personalities. Or third one says, you know what? I want to do this as well. And no matter how much time it will take me, I'm doing it. But in the process of trying to achieve that, so many people will actually, unfortunately give up. Yeah, so let's just move on. I have here a few points I wanted to go through. And that's exactly the thing, like the importance of individuality, right? Because everyone's brain is basically different, guys. And every opinion is unique. And you got to appreciate that. Don't take this as something wrong. If someone says, hey, I think price go up, someone else will say it's going to go down. And at the end, someone will be correct about it. Someone will be wrong about it. In other situations, both can also be wrong, you know, because price is waffling around and shaking both traders out. At the end, in one direction, it's going to move, you know, and to understand also what would be the better setup to take. But for you to understand is, trust the process in this moment, right? If you think it's bullish, don't listen to the other one saying to you it's bearish, you know. Now, for instance, for me in my premium mentorship, I actually tell that. Hey, I'm looking to buy. And now, if someone wanted to sell it that day, he will switch buyers, unfortunately. Well, sometimes it's good because I can actually like tell you why I think like this, right? I don't just say buy, right? You know, this is where signals doesn't help you. It's actually gonna be completely against you. In reality, signals is doing more harm than good, to be honest. Because and you will never like make money with signals. Never. There's no person like, show me one guy who got rich through signals, right? That there is no guy like this, like in the bio, rich through signals, you know, through Forex signals. That doesn't exist. That maybe that one guy who shows signals, this is the one who made money, and not through trading, but through signal service selling them. All right. So the thing is, what you gotta understand is, you go your path, you have your own decisions, right? And what I do, for instance, in the premium is like I explain why I think it's bullish. And I also tell you, hey, for me, it has a 70% chance it goes up and 30% chance it goes down. If you think, you know what, I also see the sell, but you see the sell in a higher percentage possibility, then that's also completely fine. Go and see and make your learnings out of it. Maybe you've been right, because even though you have a 70% chance it goes up, the 30% could be true, you know? Like maybe this guy thought about, hey, you know, it's 30% go down, but he thought about it's the higher chance at the end, then go for that, you know? It's also fine, it's legit, and you gotta appreciate that. You gotta like go that way and then take your lessons. That's why you will never make, like, even though you use the same strategy as I do, you won't get successfully instantly. It's the reps you gotta put in. Through the reps, you will understand better the possibilities you have, and then you gotta be faster where you have to be. So at the end, don't try actually to copy others. Try to figure out your own style. That way you will be faster, I would say. All right. So the next thing is finding your own trading style. Now, what I do here in reality is I show you concepts, right? You can actually try to build up your own strategy out of this entire thing. So when we're going to come to the end of this bootcamp, then you will actually see what works for you, what doesn't work for you. So you will understand your weaknesses and your strengths. For instance, you're not good in breaking structure. To identify it, try to understand the liquidity better, for instance, or something like this. Or you're not good in executing when the market is pumping or dropping in the moment. Try to understand how to like enter then with a limit order, for instance. These are like things where I would say that the individuality matters. Don't try to copy that for someone who, like for me, for instance, I don't like use limit order. I like to market execute. If for you market execution is too stressful, then that's not what you should do at the end. Try to listen to yourself. Try to see, or at least test it out. Most people say, oh, I can't do that, but they never tried. Like try it for a while. Trading is the same thing, right? Most people, oh, I tried trading, but it doesn't work. It's a scam, bro. Yeah. I mean, you can say that to everything in the world and at the end, but the real thing why you win at certain things is because you keep pushing what others don't, So yeah, then flexibility with the trading strategies. So it's okay if you don't understand some concepts, it will take a while, but try to like use then whatever makes more sense to you, right? Like if, like for instance, I was like, I try to master other strategies as well throughout the way. And I thought about some of them like a little bit complex. I don't really like it. Well, it's fine, if you don't like it, don't take it. Try to mix other things then. So at the end, you should create your own trading style out of this entire thing, right? Like at the end, for instance, if you are a premium member of mine, right, like you will get delivered my exact strategy I use, but that doesn't mean you should use it one-to-one like this, right? For instance, very, very good example, you are from Asia. It's not so smart if you would trade a session where you are asleep, right? I'm not trading the Asian session, For you, maybe the Asian session is a very good time to trade because it's exactly in your routine with your 9 to 5 and everything you do. Well, then go for that. My strategy is not going to be limited to the session I trade. Use the concepts, the same things, apply it, try to understand the behavior you have over there, and then there you go. Accepting your own learning curve. Very important because most people cannot accept that. That's exactly the one thing I tried to mention at the beginning. People making 10 millions, people making 30,000 a day, right? You make nothing. You're unprofitable, right? I have to give up. No, accept it, move on. That's exactly the same thing how you will actually succeed. Everyone learns differently at the end and has their own timeline, Don't compare to yourself to others, right? Especially not to social media. It's the number one toxic thing you can do. Just think about it for a moment. Would you post something from yourself where you look shit, right? So let's say you just woke up, hair bad, right? If you have this type of hairstyle, you wake up every day fresh, But if you have longer hair, looks bad, do you want to like take a picture of yourself and then post it on social media? I guess we want to do it as well. You always show the best side of yourself, right? If you have like something, I don't know, maybe something on your hand that doesn't look good whatsoever, or a t-shirt which is dirty, you use a different angle to not show that off on that picture, right? So everyone does that naturally. It's normal, And on social media, you won't find most people like trading is hard or I made losses today. No, most people will think of, this guy made losses. Okay, I use the other one who makes everyday profit. His strategy must be more effective. It's exactly the wrong thing to think about it, right? But it's exactly with the trading as well, right? Like you think then about yourself, you know what? I compare to myself to the other ones. The other one makes the entire time money. Bro, he also loses. He just doesn't show it to you. You just think the illusion is made. Oh, he bought his 10th car right now. 10 cars. I have no cars, for instance. Then, oh my God. No, you should not think like this. This is the number one toxic way to think, and it's not going to help you. Then, homework. Practice being yourself. Most people trying to pretend being someone else, and in trading, it's important that you always be yourself at the end, right? Be authentic. It's your trading decision. Don't try to be someone else, right? You got to learn yourself, your personality, know where you are, and also learn which you want to become, right? Learn these techniques, learn mindset, learn psychology, learn these things, have fixed routines, things like this, Because confidence in life directly impacts trading success as well, right? If you have go every day to the gym, things like that, you get more confident. You also get more confident in trading, and in trading you need confidence at the end. But confidence in executing your trading strategy, not confidence in terms of I risk everything today to make a mil. This is not going to work. This is the wrong confidence. This is greed. This is the wrong emotions you think of right now, Document your feelings and experiences of confidence. That's an interesting point, because documenting that, and will actually, you will be able to reflect that. Otherwise, you will never know if you change, if you're getting better or not. Try to document that, try to keep track on it, to understand how you feel. Do you get better day by day or not? All right. So, dealing with criticism and social norms. Yeah, there are a lot of people, right, may criticize out of fear or insecurity, I mean, I would never tell someone if you start day trading that you do day trading, to be honest. If you would say something with, you do something with IT or something, right, like something digital, most people will understand that because, hey, cool, that's the new wave, that's fine, But if you would say you do day trading, most people will say, oh, I've lost money. And then it will automatically drag you down and will try to like tell you this is shit and blah, blah, blah. And, oh, you do it already for 2 years? How much money have you made? Oh, nothing. Oh, it must not work. Just give up. Don't think like this. Don't listen to these people. Because for me, I had also an interesting story about one of my friends where we been on a holiday. And it was, I think, my first year trading or something. And I had like this beginner luck. Everyone has seen that. But then I had like big losing streak in my trading career. Obviously, that was not a trading career yet because first year, I mean, what is that? And then they all knew that, right? Like that I lost a lot of money and that it didn't work and so on, right? But I kept going, and I tried it, and then I still made like money, blah, 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 and so on. Nothing too crazy. It was not completely profitable, but I was like in this thing in between. And then he just thought about, he asked me, like, what are you doing now? Like, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what do you work? And I was like, I'm trading. He's like, why? I thought it doesn't work. I was like, what? I mean, like, yes, it's a bad phase now, but I will make you work, Like, for me, that was never a point, I never thought about it like, I'm gonna not make it work. I put in all of my energy to make this work, to be honest. And most people don't understand that. They think so simple. They think like this is a test. Like every day is a test, and if it's negative, you should give up on it. Like it's if you don't make it, then it's out. But failures are actually here to learn from. And in trading, the problem is, and that's the harder thing about trading compared to other things, is you might have an entire year of failing, the entire time, every day, Like I had a very big losing streak in my first year of trading, right? Like first 6 months, incredibly profitable, lost everything. And then an entire year, every dollar, euro I invested, I've lost it, And that was hard. That was very hard, right? And I understand that when people would say, oh, give up, it doesn't work. I understand that. 100% I understand it. But does that mean I'm going to do it? No, I'm not going to do this. I have to keep going through this. And that's what most people don't understand. They don't understand that. But that's exactly what's going to separate you. And that's the only thing how you can make it successful, guys. All right. So stay focused on your path, guys. And even if you are the odd one out, then, keep pushing. All right. So I want to actually just apply to you here the last thing. So take risks, be productive, and hold yourself with self-respect, guys. So just keep going, guys. You can do this, right? Appreciate at the end your individuality. Don't try to compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to yourself every day, guys. Always like this. Try to get it better, Even though, and this is an important point to finish this off, even though you're not tomorrow stronger than the day before, that doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. It's completely normal to have days, to have even weeks, to even have a month where you don't progress, right? You should just try to give your best, right? Like, for instance, good example, you go regularly to the gym, you think of you're gonna get stronger and stronger, but it's not gonna be like this every time. There can come a moment where you thought you'll get stronger, but then all of a sudden you're not stronger, you can't push the same weights and you try to push more weights. So you're in a phase where you then kind of you don't get stronger. And maybe that's a phase where you should just take a break. You know, even with gym, you know, maybe your body's right now too exhausted. Maybe mentally you're not completely there, you know. And training can be the same thing. You're supposed to like keep going to make more and more money, but maybe you need a break, you know. Maybe you gotta like focus quickly on something else, you know. That doesn't mean you should give up on trading or something, or like not look at charts or something like this, but maybe it helps you to like get a break, a reset, 1 to 2 weeks, maybe up to a month, you know. It's something that can help. Or after you made good results or whatsoever, or had a good week, had a good month whatsoever, appreciate it for a moment, you know. Do something that makes fun, right? To like have this balance a little bit. This constant pushing, you know, it's good and it's gonna like push you forward, but at some point it can go against you, you know. And that is why I think it's important then also to take sometimes breaks, you know. What I like to do is, for instance, that I like to trade sometimes only 4 days per week and then take 3 days off, you know, which helps me to like refill energy and to get pushed stronger in the next week. All right, guys. With that being said, hope you like this one. First week is over. This is the new week already. Keep pushing, guys. Keep watching. Stay strong. To the next video. Bye-bye.